Hey guys, I don't know where I've left off, but it's Monday and the weekend's over with and the local car show's over with and Tessie made it. She made it there and back. No surprises, no issues, didn't overheat, uh, thrashed like crazy on Friday until time of the show to get the last minute things done. And let me tell you, I was wrenching on this until 25 minutes before it was time to stage for the show. So made it in time. I got the rest of the front end chrome installed, the little wings there, and the hood chrome. Hood is on it. I don't even know if I have a video with the hood on it. The hood is on. The cowl screen's on. Wipers are on. But everything went really good. It looks really good. I do have a couple issues that I'm gonna have taken care of, but I did not put the lower chrome on because I don't have my windshield wiper arm chrome sorted yet, and I want to put windshield washers on the car, and I don't know if I'm going to use the little spray nozzle thing that's on the bezel, or if I'm going to just add something that just pokes up through those with the little metal things. I don't know yet. I may make something, I may not. I don't know what I'm going to do there yet. But the cowl screen is on. Hood is fit. It fits pretty damn good with minimal effort. The fenders could be tweaked a little bit at this point, but I'm real happy with it. Got my blankets inside. They're not real tidy, but that's soon to change too. I'm gonna have those modified and sewn, so I can have them a little bit more permanent. But they look pretty cool. I have to have the rear end rebuilt. It's noisy, really noisy. All the bearings are whooped in it, I'm sure. Hopefully it's just bearings and not hard parts. Put the V on the tailgate just to finish that off a little bit. It's not a perfect piece, but it's pretty damn nice for an original. It's got a little bit of road rash right there, something like maybe it got dragged or scraped. Doesn't matter, don't care, it's all good. So it all went pretty good. Had lots of comments, lots of compliments, a lot of lookers. Of course, fuzzy dice installed. But everything went really good. I didn't really get too carried away with detailing under the hood just because I ran out of time, honestly, and I didn't want to spend the time at the show detailing. I was visiting and catching up with people and checking out cars and all that, but the hood fit really good. I think I got all my leaks taken care of. I do have an oddball. This headlight flickers, so I don't know if I have a bad ground or if I have a bad connection where there's a wire. The wire actually comes across and connects over on the other side. I don't know if I have an issue there. It flickers, but I can actually see pretty well out of them. They do have a green cast to them, but I can see. I drove home in the dark. They're out of adjustment, but they do work. Everything else went really good. I got to top off my coolant, top off my tranny fluid one more time, but I didn't have any issues other than the rear end being really growly. I don't know if I left this in a previous video or not, but I had an issue with the right front brake being grinding, almost like there's no pads, like the sound you'd hear if there were no pads left. Well, they're brand new pads. It's a disc brake conversion from CPP, and I don't really know why this is, but it is what it is. One of the pins or bolts or guides, whatever you want to call it, for the caliper was actually making contact with the vented surface of the rotor from about 10 miles, from maybe 25 miles per hour to stop. So you get that, you know. So I'm thinking what was happening as those pads are grabbing, as the pads were grabbing, I think they were twisting the bracket and just causing that pin to make contact. So I just very gently relieved the pin with a grinder after marking it and putting it back in, and now the noise is gone. So we're good there. Just minor modification. But otherwise, I mean, look at her. Just look at her. She's pretty. Actually washed it. Yes, I have water leaks. Several. Mostly in the back on the upper tailgate, which I'll address at some other point. It's not a big deal. Otherwise, the doors seem to seal pretty good. I didn't really hit it with the hose real heavy. I just kind of rinsed it, wiped it, rinsed it again, and dried it with some towels, and good to go. But I got both of my front splash pans in. I don't know if you can see them or not. Used to be able to see green firewall down there. Got both of those splash pans in. I think I'm going to add a rear shock cross member. Right now it mounts, the shocks bolt through the body, and when you hit a real big sharp bump, it actually, you can hear it through the body. It makes a lot of racket. So I think I'm going to add that down the road here. I did have a fuel leak that I had to address. I went to town to put gas in it before the car show, and I came back. My buddy had stopped over and we were talking, and he had left in a diesel pickup, and then after he left I could smell gas, and I thought, well, it couldn't be from his truck. Peeked underneath and had like Niagara Falls running from the fuel tank. This is like a kidney bean shaped tank, and the sending unit is in the side, on the vertical side, which is stupid. But it appears that where the actual wire connects to the sending unit, that's where it looks like it was leaking fuel, and I could not get it any tighter without taking the fuel sending unit out. Thankfully, that fuel tank has a drain plug in the bottom, so I jacked it up and threw my lawnmower gas jug underneath there and pulled the plug, and I drained gas out until it stopped leaking from that point, plus a little some. So we were good to go the whole time of the show. It didn't leak at all, but obviously that's got to get addressed when the rear end gets rebuilt. That'll be perfect timing because we'll be underneath there, right there. I do have a new spring perch for the right rear that needs to be installed. I probably shouldn't have spent the money on that. I probably could have just had my buddy at the shop just heat it up and bend it. But no, I went and bought one because it was kind of a impulse buy. So I bought one. It's here. I got to put in the tack strips yet. I probably have to buy more of it because it doesn't seem like there's going to be enough here to do that. Tack strips can go in, and then that's just done. But otherwise, started and ran perfectly. Electric cooling fan kicks in. I might consider putting in a cooler or a lower temperature, but I also don't know if my gauge is correct, because as of right now my gauge reads about what was it? Let me look here. It reads about, oh crap, I can't see it now. My gauge reads about 200 to 205 before the cooling fan kicks in. Now whether or not that's actually 200 or 195, I don't know, but it does kick in and it runs till the temperature comes down to about 190, 185, 190. So it does work in that respect. So but whether or not I should put a cooler, should I have a switch in there for 185, I'm not sure what my thermostat is. I'm guessing my thermostat's 190. But sitting at an idle, staging to get into the show, the cooling fan was working, and we were just sitting there waiting to line up, and did not overheat, did not boil over. So I don't know. I guess it seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing. But for a first time out, it was well received. I had a lot of compliments on it, and a lot of guys asked me, well, is it done? Well, no, it's not done, but, you know, it's here. I wanted to show it. I wanted to get it out there. Everybody's been asking and curious. Not everybody, but a lot of people. But everything turned out good. Backside of the hood is all painted. Strut braces are painted. Probably can't see none of this stuff, but I added I added this brace because the grill was kind of flimsy without it, and that actually holds the hood from flopping around. So I added that, built that really quick on Friday. I may or may not add a partial piece of the pan just to fill